Between high interest rates and rising costs of everyday items, more Americans are taking on debt. A recent survey from Bankrate found more than a third of U.S. adults carry credit card debt from month to month. Our financial expert Paul Hood is here to talk about the best ways to reduce your debt. Paul, thanks for being here today.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So let's go ahead and get started. More people are considering taking out a personal loan to consolidate their debt. Can you explain exactly how that works?
Sure. So there's, whether it's from a bank or one of the short-term lending institutions, you can go out and get a consolidation loan that you pay off certain individual loans to make one big payment. You just got to be real careful. You got to watch out for prepayment penalties. You got to watch out that it doesn't have an acceleration of interest, or it says you pay 6% for the first 12 months. But then after that, it goes up to 18%. So you got to watch. Some of them have some traps built in.
And how much money can you save by consolidating your debt?
Well, it all boils down to what the interest rate is and from a cash flow standpoint. But Coop, here's the problem, is people need to, most of the time, the people that are getting these, they're better off spending the time to creating a budget, to seeing where their money's going. Because most people that when we work with them, we find that there's a lot of waste in there. Maybe they've got, 3 XM radios and they only have 2 cars, or they've got all these subscriptions, or, they've got direct TV and paying for 5,000 channels and they watch 3. So what I would encourage people to do is first go through and take 12 months worth of bank statements, 12 months worth of credit card statements, and categorize that, see where your money's going, and then be very intentional with your money. So, and then you supplement that by if it's as a part of paying off credit cards, you consolidate them, that's great. The challenge is not charging those credit cards or the other debt back up, because most people don't adjust their decision-making, their lifestyle, and so they consolidate, lower their payments, and then 3 years later, they're back up. Not only do they have the consolidation loan, they have their credit cards charged back up.
And looking at this from the outside, it seems risky when you're already in debt to take on more debt. So what are the risks associated with doing this?
Well, as long as you're not increasing your debt, you're okay. You're not really taking on more debt. But like what you were saying, the reason people end up taking on more debt is because they pay off the current debt with a new loan, and then they charge those credit cards back up. So the main thing that people should look at, and that we start with, is you need to start saving 10%. I know people say, I can't save. I've got too many bills. Well, we have to change your decision making that got you to where you're at today. And one of the best things is to start saving something. I don't care if it's $100, $500, work up to 10%, so that you force yourself to live on less than 90% of what you make. Now, me personally, I believe you should tithe or give away 10%, save 10%, and live on 80% or less.
Great advice. Paul, thanks so much for your time this afternoon. We appreciate it.
You bet. I appreciate you having me on.
Yep, we'll be right back.